This guy. How you going, Chris?
Hey, Stolly, how are you, my friend?
Oh, not bad, mate. Yourself?
Oh, pretty good. Checking out your latest brochures. Looking good, man.
Yeah, nice, man. Thanks, bro. So, what brings you to Auckland today?
Same thing as you. Digital
yeah.
Workplace Conference.
And what number DWC is this for you?
I think this is number 6. I lose track, but yeah, I've been coming for a while.
Right, yeah. And what's the coolest thing you've learnt at this year's conference?
This year's conference actually was a really good keynote speech by David Downs.
What's your favourite thing about attending the conference?
Attending conference, networking. So seeing my buddies like you, meeting customers, having yarns about what they've been up to for the last few weeks, because we are in constant contact. But yeah, just the updates is really good.
And any tips on what you must see in Auckland?
If you are going to do anything in Auckland, definitely check out Rangitoto. It's something that's a bit harder to get to. You can kayak there or you can catch a ferry. But
right.
Try the kayaking.
Yeah. You've lived in both Auckland and Wellington. What do you prefer?
Well, Auckland is my birthplace, but I've been in Wellington now for 15 years. It's a cool little city, so I like both. I'm not going to answer that, actually. No comment.
You're product lead.
Around?
Yeah, man. Yeah. So you're the product lead for Provoke Solutions. What does Provoke specialise in?
Well, Provoke is a full-service IT company. I guess there are really 3 pillars to our bow. And the first one is about enterprise applications. So your large line of business applications, API strategies, big bespoke developments. The second one would be what we call our modern workplace. So it's for the employees of the organisation, the intranets and extranets, the workflow. I do a lot of work with workflow, so that's a bit of my passion. And the third one is digital self-service, so our customers' building mobile apps for them, for example.
And what's your focus as the product lead?
As a product lead, I maintain all the relationships between us and our partners, like yourselves.
Yep.
So yes, it's understanding about what products are out there in the ecosystem to supplement what else we do.
So how do you get to help companies discover and implement epic software like Hyperfish?
Sorry, ask that question again. Stolly?
So you get to help companies discover and implement epic software like Hyperfish.
That's right, yeah. Effectively, I'm an evangelist, so
right.
I will go into a customer, understand their requirements, and see if there's an appropriate product that can help them out.
Gotcha. And how long have you worked at Provoke for now?
I'm coming up 8 years.
How large has the company grown to?
We've got about 130 odd staff now, and we're based in Auckland, Wellington, and Seattle.
Right, and what's the best thing about working at Provoke?
The culture. If you ask anybody at Provoke, they always say the culture. It's a cool bunch of people, work hard, play hard.
Yeah, you seem to have built a hard-working but also fun team. Is that a reflection of the owners?
Yeah, absolutely. The owners are actively involved in the organisation. When I say that we've got a really great culture, that stems from those guys.
Yeah, the team seems to love celebrating events together, like the royal wedding and decorating the office at Christmas. Yeah. What were the Easter festivities like?
Easter was actually pretty low-key because lots of people were away. But a couple of weeks before we celebrated our 18th birthday, and we dressed that up as a school formal. So there are lots of people usually wearing T-shirts. This time they're all in suits and ties. It was really funny.
Any upcoming office celebrations you'd like to invite me to?
Yes, I would like to invite you to our famous winter solstice party. That's a customer event and partner event,
right.
And that too is a dress-up party. That'll be awesome. Come.
Do we get to dance around a fire and things like that?
I don't know what the theme for this year is going to be, but probably.
So does Provoke exclusively work in New Zealand market?
No. So we've got an office in Seattle, and we are just establishing one in San Diego as well.
Oh, nice. Any chance you'll be visiting your Bellevue office soon?
Well, maybe I can get some assistance from you, because I'd love to.
Yeah, and we could grab a burger and beer.
Oh, yeah, man. Now you're talking.
Provoke recently received a significant investment in the US. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so we've had a guy on our board for the last 2.5 years. He liked the company so much, it's just like that Razor ad for Remington. He liked it so much he bought the company.
Oh, nice. Now, so this is all part of the world domination plans?
Maybe.
You hold a title of a virtual technical evangelist for Nintex. Now, what is a Nintex VTE?
Yeah, so a Nintex VTE is somebody who works in the Nintex partner system but is not an employee of Nintex. So I evangelise about the Nintex technology where a physical Nintex person is not present in the country.
Gotcha. And what was involved in getting to that level of recognition from Nintex?
I think you've just got to know the product really well. You've got to be able to promote it. You've got to understand where it's suitable. There's training and certification and also active use in the community.
Right. Now you're heavily involved in the consulting practice at Provoke as well. What kind of processes are you helping customers with?
Well, see, this is the cool thing. Anything. There is no particular industry vertical that we necessarily need to work with. When you're talking about process automation, any process can be automated, any process can be documented.
Right. Provoke has won a few awards for various things. Which ones are you most proud of?
Yeah, man. Well, I'm very proud of the Nintex Partner Awards. We've won a bunch of those. Also, we work in the Microsoft ecosystem, so we're recognised by Microsoft. We got Partner of the Year last year, so that was really cool.
Yeah, nice. And do any of these actually sit on your desk?
No, there are actually too many stories, so we put them in the boardroom.
Humble brag. You've also been helping customers automate profile management with Hyperfish. Any standout features you want to plug?
Oh, where do I start? I love the profile photo validation, the fact that you can give users, well, it'll allow them to self-service upload their own photos, and then it checks them that they're legitimate, that they're showing one face, that kind of thing. But also just maintaining consistency within your Active Directory. It prompts you if you've got something wrong. Hey, your phone number format is in the wrong one. We want it in a +64 format, for example. Hyperfish is really good for that.
What's been the highlight of being a Hyperfish partner?
Well, it's a really smart team.
Of course.
In terms of the partner engagement that we have, we get a lot of love from you guys. That's I think crucial in like cementing a good foundation.
Yeah. How long have you been helping customers with Office 365?
Since the early days of BPOS.
Oh,
So
hell,
remember BPOS? Yeah, a long time, many years.
Are you seeing a significant migration to the cloud across your customers?
Yeah, I'd say probably in the last 2 years. Like Office 365 has been out for a long time, but in the last 2 years we're getting more and more conversations with customers who are moving or are starting to think about taking their workloads off the on-prem environment and moving it to the cloud.
Yeah. What Office 365 apps do you use the most in your job?
So in my particular job, I do use a lot of SharePoint Online, obviously Exchange. We are adopting Teams, and we're starting to use that. We use Skype for Business, but now everything's moving towards Teams.
Yeah. What Office 365 apps are you seeing widely adopted across your customers?
Yeah, so that one, Teams. Teams is going viral. Now Teams still needs a little bit of maturity time to mature, but we're here to help them do that.
Yeah, great. And what attracted you to a career in technology in the first place?
I liked breaking things. I like taking toasters apart and trying to put them back together. And I think technology, the underpinning things about how it works, is why I got involved in technology.
You started off helping companies with Lotus Notes and Domino like myself. Do you miss those glory days?
No way, man. I remember those frustrating days of trying to get it to do something, and you'd try it 3 times over, and finally on the third go that you'd repeat it exactly the same as the previous 2, it would actually work.
Hey, Lotus Script was legit. What's the meaning behind the Provoke spider logo?
When Provoke was first born, the directors wanted it to be provocative, hence the name, and the spider logo was definitely provocative. They were big, brash. They wanted to say that we're the best.
Right. Any Office 365 service you'd love more of your customers using?
365 service. I think that SharePoint is still underutilized. People think of it as just a document management system, so there's more potential there.
Now, I recall Provoke had on its website an animal for each employee.
Mm-hmm.
What animal were you assigned to?
I was a meerkat.
A meerkat?
Yeah, man.
Oh, that's okay. That's amazing. Did you get to pick your animal?
I did. Yeah, when you join, the only rule is it has to be real, i.e. it can't be a unicorn.
It can't be a Pokemon.
It can't be a Pokemon. Right. And nobody, it has to be unique, so nobody else has it. So yeah, I managed to get meerkat, which I was pretty happy with.
Right, and you speak French and you also speak Maori. What sparked the interest in learning the different languages?
Oui, je parle français. When I went to Europe the first time many years ago, I just loved using a phrase book and saying something like cerveza in Spanish, which meant blah 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 to me, but then getting a beer and interacting with people. So when I came back to New Zealand, I was like, right, I'm going to learn a language, and I picked French randomly.
All right. Any plans on opening up a Provoke Paris office?
No, I'd love to. Let's do it now.
On your LinkedIn photo, you look like you're calling someone. Who are you calling?
Yeah, man. I was calling President Obama when I was taking that photo. He didn't accept my call though.
Where do you get the best fish and chips around here?
Well, I'm from Auckland, and I went to school with a guy called Chris Marsick. You can go to the Marsick Brothers in Glen Innes. They will do you some good fish and chips.
All right, sounds good, mate. Well, I'm going to head there now and grab some lunch, so I'll catch you on.
Good man.
See you, bud.
See you, Stolly.